7 Action News at 5 starts right now.
Right now, a manhunt underway for a gunman in a mass shooting on a New York subway.
The chaos during the morning rush, the suspect wearing a gas mask, throwing smoke bombs before opening fire.
It was scary. I didn't know what was happening. There was everyone packed on the train.
What investigators now think happened that may have saved several lives.
Sex trafficking trial.
This is considered one of the biggest cases ever. How it could bring about awareness and change for many other women.
Pushing down gas prices, the unusual move that could bring relief at the pump. But we begin tonight with that mass shooting on a New York subway and new information in the hunt for the gunman. Good afternoon, I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Brian Abel. Here is what we know right now. At least 29 victims are being treated at Brooklyn hospitals with various injuries. 10 people have been shot. Thankfully, nobody has died thus far. It happened just before 8:30 this morning on the N line.
Police say the gunman was wearing a gas mask and shooting smoke canisters before opening fire. And new tonight, we've learned that NYPD are looking for a U-Haul with Arizona plates in connection to the attack.
ABC's Rena Roy in New York with the latest from investigators.
Chaos unfolding on the New York City subway system during morning rush hour. Investigators say the gunman was riding the N line going into Manhattan just before 8:30 a.m. wearing a gas mask when he set off a gas canister and opened fire, shooting innocent riders on the train and platform. You can see people spilling out of the train car, gas from that canister filling the air. People stumbling onto the platform, collapsing. Good Samaritans helping the injured.
I saw a lot of people coming out of the train station. One of them was injured. I believe it was a lady getting shot right on her leg. She was screaming, she was in a lot of pain.
Sources tell ABC witnesses reported the suspect was mumbling to himself moments before.
This individual is still on the loose. This person is dangerous. They're asking individuals to be very vigilant and alert.
John Ramsey watched as dozens of New Yorkers rushed from the 36th Street station in the Sunset Park neighborhood of Brooklyn, screaming for help.
They were obviously terrified, running down to by streets, and then there were people who were unable to do so and were shouting for help.
Right now, there's no word on a motive. Police say the incident does not appear to be terror-related, but they're not ruling anything out.
Sources tell ABC News police found a handgun inside the subway station here that was filled with 3 extended round magazines. One of them was jammed, and they say that jamming likely saved a lot of lives. Rena Roy, ABC News, Brooklyn, New York.
And this is the 131st mass shooting in the U.S. this year, according to Gun Violence Archive, a nonprofit that tracks gun-related violence in the U.S. The group defines a mass shooting as an incident in which 4 or more people are shot, not including the gunman. Much more on this story ahead tonight on World News with David Muir at 6:30.
Jury selection underway in the federal court in Detroit with 3 men on trial for their alleged roles in a major human trafficking and drug operation.
Federal and local officials closed down the Victory Inn 5 years ago and were on a manhunt in several states to catch the alleged ringleaders.
7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner has been on the case from the beginning and is live downtown at federal court to show us why this is much more than just one case. Jim.
Human trafficking goes on in small operations, large operations every day, including here in Metro Detroit. The executive director of a nonprofit that has rescued dozens of women says this case will bring attention to and for women who feel trapped and forgotten.
This is a really important case, and it puts a face to what's really going on.
When the feds and local officials raided the Victory Inn on Michigan Avenue in Detroit in January of 2017, they shut down what they say was a drug-fueled brothel, all under one roof. 40 of the 42 rooms at the hotel were used for the sale of cocaine and heroin, and women sold for commercial sex. Streetwalkers coming in to get their fix.
80 plus. Those are girls coming and going. Some were able to kind of escape that hotel, that life. But other girls were coming off the streets from Michigan Avenue.
The alleged mastermind, Derek Bell, was given the name Ghost because he escaped, was on the run for almost 3 years before being caught. He had previously served 17 years in prison for murder. Co-defendant Harold Nero was also on the run but finally captured. Feds called him the enforcer.
He was right there at ground zero, hurting these women and forcing what Derek Bell wanted.
14 women were rescued. 5 will testify in the trial that they were forced and coerced to perform with cocaine and heroin. The evidence includes 8 surveillance cameras from inside the hotel with 33 hours of video. And as we reported in 2017, another enforcer was given this description in federal court.
The women were afraid of her. They called her the Dragon Lady.
We believe that she was involved with the mastermind, Derek Bell, or Tone, or Ghost as we know him, in an intimate way.
She told them, you better get out and make money. My man is not paying for you to sit around here.
Victory Inn has since been torn down. This case and the attention it gets may cause other women in other operations to come forward and get help. The Sanctum House has helped 90 women escape in the last 4 years.
They get away with it because they know what to look for and they know how to hide it.
Jury selection continues here tomorrow. Tawfiq and others have not been set for trial. The 3 men in this case face up to life in prison if convicted. Live downtown, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
All right, Jim, thank you for the update. Brian.
Developing out of Dearborn, police responding after viewers tell us a car smashed into a building. This was the scene near Michigan Avenue and Military Street. 2 other vehicles were towed away on a flatbed truck. You see it there. No word yet if anyone was injured. Stay with us as we continue to gather more information.
And turning now to your beautiful 7 First Alert forecast. What a lovely day. A look over downtown Detroit, but we do have some potentially rough weather ahead of us.
Let's get on over to Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth for what's ahead, Dave.
Yeah, today's a different day than yesterday. Nice to have the sunshine, dry conditions. Tomorrow we're warmer, but we will probably get a little bumpier as we go along. 64 in Detroit right now, most spots between 60 and 66. Great to have the sunshine still out there for a while this evening. A few clouds on the north side are trying to work their way in. A few more clouds from the southwest. That's what we're going to watch now as a warm front approaches. You can see action already going in Wisconsin, and it's our turn tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. The major threat for severe weather anywhere in the country is southern Illinois, Indiana, and south from there. But we're in a risk, too. It's a marginal risk. It hasn't changed from yesterday. It's a very slight opportunity for something to be isolated severe, especially with a damaging wind. But that will come tomorrow, and especially tomorrow night. We'll talk more about the timing and those threats coming up in just a bit.
All right, Dave, thank you.
And you can have the free 7 app on your phone or tablet and track the upcoming storms and changing conditions. The 7 First Alert radar, you just download it for free.
And new tonight at 5, Ukraine says it has detained a fugitive oligarch who is closely an ally of Vladimir Putin.
Russian forces continuing their attacks on the besieged city of Mariupol. Ukrainian officials investigating claims that Russia used chemical weapons there against their troops.
Ukraine's deputy defense minister says it appears Russia may have used phosphorus munitions, which is a chemical experts say has legitimate military purposes, but can be used in an inhumane way.
In the past, when the Russians have used chemical weapons, say in Syria or Chechnya, they've been able to control the narrative. They've been able to go in, clean up the scene, so the world's never really known. If they use chemical weapons in Ukraine, the world will know about it.
U.S. leaders are investigating the reports, but caution that determining the nature of the attack could take time.
President Joe Biden is suspending a federal rule that bars higher level of ethanol in gasoline. The president making the announcement while touring a biofuel plant in Iowa. The move is expected to save a driver an average of 10 cents per gallon, but at only 2,300 gas stations that sell E15. Right now, the average price of gas here in Michigan is at $3.93 per gallon. In Metro Detroit, Oakland County still seeing the highest price, above $4 per gallon, followed by Macomb and Wayne counties.
Now to the new concerns over COVID as Philadelphia becomes the first major city to bring back its indoor mask mandate. And in just days, Americans will learn whether they'll continue to mask up during public transportation. This all happening as cases are spiking in more than half of the country.
With new COVID infections on the rise across the country, Philadelphia, now the first major city to reinstate its mask mandate.
I hope that our actions will slow the spread of COVID and help us avoid seeing our ERs once again get so crowded that people can't get timely care when they need it.
The city's stance leaving many frustrated.
I just wish the city would pick one thing and stick to it.
It comes as a surge of infections on some college campuses prompts universities, including Columbia, Georgetown, American, and Johns Hopkins, to require masks.
The idea is that a mask policy can help reduce spread, reduce the numbers of cases, and ultimately keep students in person learning, which is so critical, especially this far into the pandemic.
Americans now waiting to see if the federal mandate for wearing masks on public transportation will be extended by the CDC when it is set to expire on April 18th. More than half the country seeing new infection rates increase by 10% or more in the past week, cases spurred by the new BA.2 variant. Dr. Anthony Fauci and MSNBC.
We see in other countries like the UK, when you do that in the context of BA.2, which is more transmissible than BA.1, and you have waning immunity, you have the risk of there seeing an uptick in cases.
Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, the infection rate rising as 80 White House officials, reporters, and lawmakers test positive following the elite gridiron dinner earlier this month. And overnight, the CMT Music Awards forced to pivot. Co-host Kelsey Ballerini testing positive over the weekend, doing the show from home.
I would so much rather be there with you.
And officials continue to stress the importance of vaccines and boosters, saying it is the best defense against severe disease and hospitalization.
Well, we have some sad news to pass along this afternoon. Comedian Gilbert Gottfried has passed away at the age of 67.
Just hours ago, Gottfried's family making the announcement on social media, saying they are heartbroken to announce his passing after a long illness. He was a stand-up comedian for years before joining Saturday Night Live in 1980 and was the voice of the talking duck in the famous Aflac insurance commercials.
Gottfried appeared in several hit films like Beverly Hills Cop 2, Problem Child 1 and 2. And he had an iconic performance as the voice of the parrot Iago in the Disney classic Aladdin.
Universal basic income, the national movement now being pursued in Detroit. The test program aimed at helping wealth and inequalities. Well, you need to know to be a part of it all.
Plus, what's bugging Metro Detroit? Coming up next, we're talking to local health leaders about the uptick in flu cases and other illnesses hitting people right now.